Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing a video on holy relics. I've actually gotten a lot of requests, like what are the good relics, bird relics by the way. Hit that like button. I'll do a deer relic video in a day or two if you guys really want it. It's a dead week on global and JP, so I'd be trying to do it. But we're going to be going over the bird relics. I've gotten every single bird relic except for Gothers, but I have his on JP, so I have tested it out. So yeah, I have every single bird relic. Absolute pain. And the reason I'm doing this now is because if you go to the bird event, I believe it should be double drops right now. Does it say, or is it just like in here? Yep, there it is, guaranteed. If you go with 1 through 3, it is ×2. I believe it's here for 3 weeks, give or take, you know, roughly. So this is the best time to farm it, and these are going to be, in my opinion, the best holy relics. I'm gonna go over the top 3 in my opinion. The best 3 holy relics for like bird would probably have to be Awaken Lilia. Not gonna count KOF obviously or anything like that, or like Rimuru or anything. They're strictly like collab units, by the way. Kia is really good, obviously, though. Another fantastic bird relic would have to be Magelda. Obviously, because, you know, you can farm bird like insanely easier. This is probably the first relic you should get if you don't know. It'll just make grinding the bird much easier. If you don't have her, though, I can show you a team without her. I've done multiple guides without her, so you're still fine. And then the next best bird holy relic would probably have to be, obviously no one down there. I'm fighting between Festival Gother and let's see. I'm just trying to remember all of them because there's so many holy relics. I'm really fighting between like Bonds, because Bond, you know, he's still really good. I don't know if he has the best holy relic. Like if you have him 6/6, it's really good. I don't know. Obviously, I think Lilia and Magelda are the top 2 in my opinion. Probably number 3 be Fesco. Like, he got an insane holy relic. I'll go through all of the holy relics real quick for those top 3. Lilia's increase the hero's basic stats by 10% for every debuff effects on the enemy, limit of 5 times, so you get an extra 50% basic stats. And then if you obviously have the Zelda's backline, you get an extra 24%, I believe. So that would be an extra, what is that, 74%? Yeah, 3 times 8, that's 24. So beautiful. Really good, really good. And then Green Festival Gother. I don't have his. We gotta go over here. I could craft it, but I've just been really lacking. Yeah, I'm only at 5. Increases allies' attack related stats by 25% for 2 turns when the hero's ultimate move gauge is completely filled, and it's a gray buff, so you know it doesn't get removed. It's an insane holy relic in my opinion. I think it's really good. A lot of people love it. If you go first, you were going to slap some cheeks with it. Yeah, the top 2 right there, and then Magelda, I already went over Magelda, so that would probably be the top 3. Bonds and Arthurs are really solid if you don't know. Bonds increase the hero's max HP by 15% for each time an ally dies. Pretty good, especially, like, I hate him backline unless you merge a rank 3 AoE and then you use it and you get your ultimate. He's pretty bad in the backline. I think Bond has significantly fallen off. Like, it's crazy though. Him and King have just plummeted, bro. Like, they're just, I don't see them anymore. Like, I'm more afraid of a Terry than a Bond. Arthur, if the hero survives with HP less than or equal to 20%, removes debuffs from the hero and fully restores HP. They need to put a line on his health bar, bro, where it shows 20%. It's so annoying. I swear he always loses 1 HP and just full heals. It's so annoying. But also very cool relic. I really like his relic. I wish it did something to his sword, but it's a gauntlet. So I still like it. Does it actually ever even change the sword, or is the sword the exact? Oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense. And the sword stays the same because it's Excalibur, but the gauntlet is his actual weapon for some reason. It's fairly solid. And then I'm not gonna rank the rest. For some reason, I was thinking Margaret's is really good, but that's a deer relic. Do we count Goddess Liz's as a deer relic? What did it cost again? I don't remember what hers cost. She's an angel, but I think... Was hers the water or river sources? I think it was. I can't remember what they did with it. It was weird, but yeah. Okay, so we'll be going over Merlin's. Merlin's is pretty good if you run the unknown team or just like the attack skill team. It's pretty darn good. Decreases all enemies max HP by the value of 100% of the hero's attack. So if they're increasing their attack by a lot, you should be technically decreasing their max HP, unless it's just like as soon as you spawn in, then obviously it wouldn't decrease it, because if they don't get a bunch of basic stats from the Lilia Relic or the Zelda's backline passive or anything like that, then it wouldn't stack as much. But it's pretty good. Basically just CC, but it definitely helps out, especially with her ultimate, because it does stack. Decreases HP related stats of all enemies by 30% for 2 turns, and inflicts damage equal to 506% of attack. And the attack skill, she's a fairly really good unit. This is probably her only useless card, but it can do damage at rank 2 and 3. Rank 1 though, it's just like meh. Really good unit. Next unit, Twigo, really good unit. Applies an effect on the hero for 2 turns, which increases HP related stats by 30% and taunts enemies at the start of the battle. If you run Bond, really good unit to get, to be honest, probably one of the best ones, but at the end of the day, he's going to be a backline unit. If he comes out to the front, you basically lose. It can save you, but I don't know. I think it is just an R one though. It doesn't cost the weekly resources, so I think you should get it, to be honest. I think you should get all the R units. Like, just farm the bird. It's genuinely not that difficult unless you're like a newer player. I have every single relic. Like, I did it, and I did like half of them without Magelda, so yeah. Alione's, it's a fun relic. Decreases the hero's damage taken from enemies by 40%. I still have yet to do an Alione relic video with Tarmiel Link. It seems pretty fun. I would love to do it. I've been currently maxing him out, just because I think it would be funny. Wrong set. I am currently maxing out all of his stuff on global. I just think it could be funny, to be honest. Slowly getting a CC up there, you know. But yeah. Really bad CC, unfortunately. Next one is going to be Sigurd. Sigurd is actually really cool. At the start of the battle in PvP, increases the hero's basic stats by 25% of the basic stats of the enemy with the highest combat cost. So, like, his HP could be cracked if you face a Diane, because she has about 270-ish K HP. So if you get 25% of that, let's just say it's 300k, 25%, that's, what is that? It's not 75, it's like, I don't know, man. It's a number. It's a lot of HP. Either way, it's 3 AM, leave me alone. And it also looks insanely sick. Like, I love it. He kind of looks like Zuko and Ichigo, kind of mix. I don't know, I like it. Next one. If you run AM or Mono, he's kind of needed. Like, Mono, the new Mono, by the way, like, she really, I don't know, I think she needs it, to be honest. Like, Sigurd is a really good unit, but I think she kind of needs some sort of support. Merlin, it helps. I think it's more of a Grey Demon one. Imagine it was only PvP. Basically, if you have a debuff on the enemy, you do an extra 20% damage. If you face a blue unit, you're golden. You face a green or a red unit, you do no damage. I don't know why. Like, I know type disadvantage, but it's significant in this game for some reason now. It used to not matter, but now it does. It's a little apple. It's alright. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's alright. MK2, she's fun, but if a critical strike occurs from an enemy's attack on the hero's allies, the hero's attack is increased by 8%. It's good, but if you get crit, you're probably dead, because this meta is very crit based. I like the look of it though, really cool, but just don't really recommend it. The one Escanor's, it's CC. Like, it's like 2-3k CC. It's really good in terms of that, but that's about it. Just decreases, you ignore 30% of defense when using skills in PvP. Yeah, it's a relic. It's a relic. He's really outdated too, so it's just like whatever. Lilia, I already went over it. If you have blue Lilia, 100%. If you only have red Lilia, it's not really worth. Like, this red Lilia ulted me, and I had like all red units, and I lived. the blue Lily would have died. She just has way more stats. This Lily is like just outdated stats, sadly. Those are all the win sources. Shin. I think Shin's a very good unit. I think he has a really good relic. Increase the hero's damage dealt by 50% when attacking debuffed enemies. Farm gold. He has a really good relic. You can just farm gold. He shouldn't be like the top #1 priority, but you could definitely just farm it and get some use out of him, to be honest. I think it will be worth it in the long run. Roxy, no, not really. Unless you're just going for high CC, because she gets like what is it, 58k right now. If I cancel, so like 3 to 4k CC, it's pretty good, but it's just not worth it. It's literally just CC. Just increases their basic stats. Not great. Mono, if you run a full catastrophe team and you don't have the new mono, I think it's pretty good. But I think it's just fallen off quite a bit because of how much cleanse there is in the meta. And then Rimuru, like, I don't know. I don't think the corrosion is all too great anymore. I don't know. And Diane would just absolutely smoke her. Like, if you face a good player, they know to go for mono first. Lilia is not the threat unless you have Kyo on that team for some unknown reason. But then mono is completely useless because her passive doesn't work. So yeah, it's all right. If you like catastrophes, I highly recommend it. Easton, not really. It's not that great. It only works in PvP. I wish it worked in PvE, because then you could use it for final boss, guild boss, that sort of thing. That's where most of the Eastons rely. The green one is a pretty fun DPS unit with a Kyo Ignite team. And then the red one, which I was already on, the red one, it's like a side bond unit. Probably one of my favorites besides Terry on the Bond team, but I don't like using Bond team in general, so kind of hypocritical. Valenti's is probably really shit, to be honest. Like, her ultimate does like no damage. Like, you don't really want to run buffs in this meta anymore because of Rimuru just being able to steal the buffs, and if you do have a buff, then I mean, I guess it does damage because her ult does rupture. But basically, if a unit dies, she gets 4 ultimate gauge. Which kind of sucks, because, like, what if you just have no ultimate gauge? Then you only get 4 ultimate gauge? I don't know. It's really weird. I think it's a terrible relic. Rimuru, no. Green Escanor. I think Green Escanor is pretty fun. It's not amazing. It looks really cool. But I don't think it's amazing. I haven't tried him out with triple defense. Maybe it makes him better. Kind of doubt it. But increases attack by a value equal to 50% of the hero's defense at the start of battle. And it's PvE as well, so, you know, it helps in final boss. Helps with nuking in final boss and guild boss to an extent. Obviously, Magelda, probably the #1 relic you should get. Fesgotha, we already went over. Really good. Increases attack weight stats by 25% if you have max ultimate gauge. Really solid one, in my opinion. I think it's a must-have if you like using Gother. If you don't like Gother's kit, then obviously you don't need it. But Awaken Easton, it's 100% just CC stick. If the hero uses a skill to deplete the enemy's ultimate move gauge, the hero recovers 10% or diminished HP for each orb removed. It basically helps in 1v1s, and that's about it. I like the look of it, though. Brunhild, bro, the relic was literally made for Rose's outfit. Like, look at this. It was 100% made for it. They saw Rose's Bryn outfit, and they're like, it's 100% what they did. But basically, the hero can only have 1 debuff on them at a time. Increase the hero's attack by 20% when debuffed. So it works in PvP and PvE. Really solid relic for bird and deer, because they always debuff you. And if you can only have 1 debuff, then you can't get like infected or attack shield or something usually. So you can't have both, basically. It depends on how the card RNG goes, obviously. But I think it's a fairly solid relic, and it's one of the best looking relics in the game. Lilia Holy Relic. No. Just no. Hate that relic. Bond. I'm gonna go to the next Bond because it's the same Bond. We'll just skip over that Bond because there's only one good brawler Bond, and I'll go over that relic when we get to him. Relic Arthur, OG Arthur. I think it's a really good relic, especially for PvE. Not needed unless you're running with a Sigurd team. But like maybe with like Sigurd, Ludo, or Arthur, Ludo, and like Trader Melee, and then a high CC unit in the back, so you can try to go first. But basically, it applies an effect which decreases all enemies' defense related stats by 20% for 1 turn at the start of the ally's turn, and then resets next turn. It goes once every turn. So it is really good because it stacks with Ludo passive. I'm going to change the song because I don't want to listen to this. Let's just go to this. It is really good. I like that it can actually stack. Makes it actually usable. Obviously, this Arthur doesn't work in PvP. You would use the red one, but it's pretty good. Not needed, though. It's pretty fun. Jillian, Guild Boss. It's a Guild Boss unit, and even at the end of the day, she's not even that good for Guild Boss anymore. But, yeah. It's whatever. Simon Holy Relic. This costs the green pizzas, I think it did. Either way, it's a no. Decreases our target's crit chance and crit damage by 100% for 2 turns if the hero's attack results in a critical strike. So Simon has to crit to make a unit like Trader Melee do less crit chance and crit damage. Yeah, no. Slater's Holy Relic is actually pretty interesting. If a critical strike occurs from the hero's skill use against an enemy, the hero's attack is increased by 15%. It's pretty alright. I think it mainly just works in like Red Demon, or with the Red Slater, the Halloween one. But all the other Slaters, it's like whatever. Baby Blue Slater. Oh my god. It is so late. I am so sorry. It's alright. Don't need it, but it looks cool. There's so many relics left. My god. Marmus. It's a gimmicky ult rush unit. It's pretty cool, pretty fun. Fills the ultimate hero's ultimate engaged by 5 orbs at the start of the battle. If only had a better ultimate though. Decreases defense phase stats of all enemies by 60% for 3 turns. I don't know, just a fun Holy Relic. And it's only the R relic as well, so it's like whatever. Merlin increases unknown race allies damage dealt by 35%. Actually a very solid Holy Relic now if you use Rimuru, because you can just use her in the back and then like Shuna or Rom in the front, or literally just use Rimuru, Gother, and Trader Melee with Merlin in the back and ult rush. Really solid team, to be honest. Hellbrom, no. You can't remember what you do, to be honest. Increase the hero's regeneration rate, recovery rate, and lifesteal by 4% for each orbit in the hero's ultimate move gauge. It increases by an additional 20% if it is completely filled. I think I thought he was a really good unit for Bird, to be honest, because of his stance, but it only lasts 1 turn and 2 turns at rank 2, so that's pretty bad. Yeah, I want to get it. Just CC for Link, to be honest. Hauser is like Pierce, isn't it? Increase the hero's Pierce rate, crit chance, and crit damage by 4% for each orb. Additional 20% if it's completely filled. Very outdated unit, so obviously really bad. Gil's Thunder, like the exact same thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's crit resistance, and crit defense for each orb. Yeah, very bad. It doesn't really work that well. Maybe on a fun meme team, but that's about it. Gother, I think you should get just because it's CC. Doesn't work anywhere, but it is CC, and Gother is used in pretty much every event in the game, so I think it's worth. No, Zartros, his relic literally only works in PvP. Like, it just gives him his passive, and he does no damage outside of Belmos, so whatever. Mono we've already done. Lilia, Ragnarok Bond, here we go. Increase the hero's damage dealt by 10 enemies by 25%. He's not a damage dealer. This is literally just CC. If you have this Ragnarok Bond and you have him built, and even if he's just 1 out of 6, I still think it's worth it to build him. I say you should get it, just because you will. He's probably one of the best backline units. I think Zeldris is better. But if you don't run a debuff team like Lily or anything, I think Bond is the best backline unit at that point, because he is like tied with Zeldris in terms of CC, until Zeldris gets a Holy Relic, of course. But yeah, I think it's a really good Holy Relic that you should focus on building if you want to use him in the back. Don't use him in front. We already went over Arthur, Bond. Oh wait, no, this is a Nunchuck Bond. If a critical strike occurs from the hero's enemy on an enemy, the hero's attack is increased by 10%. No. He doesn't crit. His crit chance is 55%. Units like Trader Melee hardly ever crit, unless he has like 4 stacks, and at that point he's over 100% crit chance or some shit. So yeah, no. Red King, no. Mono already went over. Plenty. Ragnar, yeah, we already went over her. Brunhild, I think that is everyone. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, the top relics in my opinion are Lilia, Magelda, and like Purgatory Bond or Fesgother. You could really replace either of them. But yeah. Let me know down below what is the next holy relic you guys want to farm. Let me just show you the teams as well that I use. Basically, I use this team. You can replace the one with like Brunhild, Rimuru, Margaret even for a cleanse. You can replace Diane for Matrona if you don't have that. Any taunt unit, to be honest. Magelda and Trader Melee, the main wombo combo. If you don't have Magelda, you can swap in Green Gother, and then obviously use Matrona because you need healing. And then probably a cleanse unit like Margaret or SSR Green Liz. But yeah, let me know down below if these guys are helpful, and hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Peace out and take care.